Holy crap, is it that time already? Okay. Alright, well, don't see any reason not to get a move on, so let's pull off the screen and get moving. What was I doing? I had Crusade Quest opening. Beginning of the long road. Banner over the Citadel. The Cold Waters. Visit Chili Creek. Okay. Wait for the liberation of Canabras. Okay. Well, I think I sold a bunch of crap, so... yeah. One second, I don't have my stream meter up. Oh, so far I haven't lost any frames. Excellent. It's always good when you lose no frames. Shrink it down a bit. There we go. Excellent. Jesus Christ, Aerobat. Jesus Christ. Ah, that's a scary way of running.
Let us be off.
Alright, the chapel tent. We outfitted the tent to be used as our chapel. Even the less pious crusaders will come here to say their prayers when the final battle is upon us. I've seen it happen in my previous campaigns. Or, as they often say, there's no such thing as an atheist in a foxhole. I mean, to be fair, I'd say the same thing. I wouldn't be surprised. These are the Knights of Canabras, all that's left of the order that were billeted in the city. What, 5 men? Well, we're screwed. Happy to serve, Commander. The recruits from Nerosian. Sila! A group of soldiers is talking loudly, laughing joyfully, and passing around a flask. So picture this. My sword is by the fire, there's 2 goblins about to snatch it, and 3 more are digging through my tent. And I'm sat in the bushes wearing just my mail shirt, wondering what the blast to do. An old mercenary taught me about the mail shirt. You can't sleep in armor, but it's not so bad in mail. Once you get used to it. Too bad no one told me not to go into the bushes without myself. I completely forgot about this. So what'd you do? What'd I do? I barked like crazy. Goblins are afraid of dogs, you know, so they all went wild and started running around. I spot my sword, and they spot me, so I jump over to the fire wearing nothing but my mail shirt, grab my sword, and yell in a big, tough voice, "Oh, Inheritor, grant me the power to crush these filthy creatures." My sword's shining, the goblins are screaming, I jump to attack them, and they fight back, but I fought them off somehow. Ever since then, I never take a step without my weapon. I mean, fair enough. That's some story. Hey, stop. Stop gulping. Leave some for us. We've only just set off and you're already drinking? And with the queen in the camp? Stop this at once! Sure, let's be chaotic. Are you sure this is the right way to train your soldiers? Never mind, your business. Like, hey, she's not one of mine. I can't handle her. She just comes along for the ride, for Christ's sake. Oh god, no. I'm not reading this. You're the director, it's your choice. I can never take that seriously, and every time I try and read through that, I just sit there and go, oh hey, it's my door. These soldiers lack discipline and concentration. I won't entrust them with their lives, so I'll keep guard myself. Well, at least she's dedicated. I've always had land before, so... Oh, buggery! I forgot something. Give me 1 second here. I have to quickly update something. Starting chapter 2, I forgot to say normal difficulty. There are people out there who like to know that I'm not doing it on the absolute hardest difficulty, and they feel annoyed when they pop in, and I'm not getting my arse reamed. I'm not screaming in terror and fear as I'm absolutely being, you know, gangbanged from all sides. Some people like watching screamers be miserable. I'm not one of them. But apparently people like watching me be miserable. That's why they used to sign up for my horror streams. Where was I going? What was I doing? Why am I being forgetful? Oh, examine the campsite of Eagle Watch. Okay, Eagle Watch. And I got 99 experience points. Yay. Alright, back to the camp. Hey, Nenio. I hope we meet Discari and Baphomet soon. I have numerous questions for them. Jesus Christ.
March on.
Storyteller! I got the page you were looking for at the Great Garrison. I see. Myself. Young, energetic, able to see. Oh gods, have I found the key to my past? Finally, I will find out what my own mind has been hiding from me. You know, I wish my mind would hide things from me. There are several drunken revelries in my past that I wish I could forget because of alcohol, but my brain just won't let me. Anyway, thank you, Andrea. Please follow me to my story. Let us embark on this journey together. They are leaving. The people of Kyonin faced the coming earthfall and admitted that they were incapable of handling this disaster. Proud rulers, artful craft... Was that my phone? Proud rulers, artful crafters, brave warriors, wise mages, and skilled healers. All of them in a hurry to get to the gates of Sovrian. I think that's how you pronounce that? Looking around fearfully. A clean, safe world is waiting for them there. My people decided not to fight for Galarian. I'm ashamed, and I am sorry for them. Their hearts wavered in the face of catastrophe, but my will is strong, and I am staying. My kinfolk are looking at me angrily. How dare I diminish their decision with my recklessness? My choice makes them cowards, traitors of their own home. One of them, my former mentor, looks at me bitterly. He hands me a neat notebook with a tree bark cover, in case you change your mind. With a heavy sigh, he returns to the line of those departing. Forgive me, brothers and sisters. I watched the gate of Sovrian stone close, separating me from them. Sovrian? Yeah, I'll go with that. It's time for me to go too. I open my master's notebook. These are his notes about traveling between worlds. In case you change your mind, he hopes the burden I shouldered voluntarily will be too much. I will lose heart and find my way to Sovrian. That will never happen. My mouth is set stubbornly. I tear my master's notebook to pieces. I use my forced pride as a shield against my fear of what is to come. Okay. What happened next? Earthfall happened at night. I'm standing at the top of my tower, many miles to the north of Kyonin, and I see a blaze far to the south. I hear horrendous rumble, and the air is groaning, giving way to a huge rock rushing down on my world, and then a blow. Vibration that penetrates everything, reaching down into the bowels of Galarian and up to the vaults of the sky. Crunching bones, blood from burst vessels fill my eyes. Crunching bones, blood from burst vessels, filling my eyes with darkness, drowning in a timelessness along with countless denizens of Galarian. Never before have we been so united in our feelings. When I come to, the darkness remains. My first terrible thought, I am blind, but no, little by little I see the stone wall and I am alive. But why is it so dark? The answer is quick. The smell of ash everywhere. The great burnt sacrifice filled the air with incinerated particles of what was recently the continent of Aslant. Great clouds of ash cover the sky, cutting us off from the sun and moon, dooming us to the dark at day and complete darkness at night. I just got pinged by my landlord. I will be right back. Give me a moment. Always a bit annoying when that happens, but let's keep going. Oh, 1 second. Yeah. 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 Close that window. Move you over. And back to the action. My heart sinks with fear. Treacherous thoughts fill my mind. Why did I stay? Why didn't I run like everyone else when I had my chance? I clench my teeth and stand up to watch Earth fall proudly, like the last Archmage of Gyonin should. Will my world really perish like this? Will I perish? No, that will never happen. I am still alive, and I can fight Earthfall and the darkness, not run from it in a blind panic like my kinfolk and my cowardly teacher. But what can I do? I will not stop the disaster. I will hardly be able to save empires from their destruction. What can I do? I am but one Archmage, powerful and weak at the same time. Oh, what are you gonna do next? 1 second, I forgot to get rid of the AFK screen. Because that's totally a thing I would do. Need a little professionalism around here. I don't know. I need to think. My opponent, Earthfall, is much stronger than me. Without noticing, the storyteller raises his voice to a shout. It is merciless. It does not simply destroy life, it kills an era, ending the greatness of Golarian civilizations. They will sink into oblivion, be forgotten as if they never existed. I need to think. The elf suddenly winces and is silent for a few moments as he calms his heavy breathing. Forgive me, I shouldn't have raised my voice. The story was much harder than many before, most likely because I played the main role in it. Indeed. It's so strange to see myself, feel the emotions tearing me up inside, those that I felt a long time ago, and not remember them. It's like I split. I became both the storyteller and the main character. Too bad the story ended at that moment. Please, if you find other pages covered with ancient elven writings on your travels, bring them to me. I might be able to shed some light on my past, and we will find out how my story ended, and perhaps even why I forgot it. Well, I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I'll be able to finish this mission. I've never actually been able to finish it. I've tried. On all my playthroughs, I've tried, but I have never been able to find all of his stories. I mean, I suppose I could look up a guide. Yeah, that'd do it. Have you decided to join the crusade? I've decided not to, I'm afraid. My path and the path of this crusade lead in the same direction, but alas, they are not one and the same. After the demons were driven away from Canabras, the path into the world womb became open, if only temporarily. I'm planning on using this opportunity to visit. The elf falls silent. It doesn't matter now. I hate to bore you with the details of my venture. which may prove useless even for myself. However, I'll try to return to the Crusaders and aid them in their confrontation with the demons after I'm done. I hope to meet you again in this world rather than the next. Alright, I have to go. I wish you interesting adventures. No! Don't curse me! Please don't. Okay. I've already sold off most of my gear. Back to the tent. Oh, your majesty! Ooh, I have to level up first. Speaking of level up, just give me 1 second here. Gotta bring up my notes on leveling up, which I forgot to do. Like I said, I need some professionalism. I really wish the music wouldn't stop playing, because I do like the music. It's quite epic. Alright, my notes for Ember, then the notes for my class. Anointed Knight. Yay. There we go. What level am I doing? Level 6. I want a weapon bond. Do I? Sure! More persuasion is always good. More lore religion is good. Divine weapon. I wish I could take one. Oh, I can only do it with a horse, though. Really? I would like a horse. But no, I need divine weapon bond. Alright. Let's check my spell book, make sure I'm still good to go. Let's take Divine Favor. That's always a good one. Dispelling bombs is actually a good thing to have, just in case. Resist energy is probably a good one to have. Alright. Distracting shots is good. If she's out in the field. Okay. Gamble you. Ember. I want to give you Cackle, Ember. Ah, yes. Level 3 spells. I'll take Cure Serious Wounds for now. Actually, hang on. Ah! No, I didn't want to do that. Stop it. Cackle. Next. I want remove curse, please. Okay. Yeah, I know, this is boring, but I'm going through it as quick as I can, I promise. There we go. Alright. Before we get thrown into the thick of things, is there anything else like... No, there isn't. Okay, we're good to go. The Queen greets you with a stare. She has dropped the pompous air with which she has just announced the Fifth Crusade. The face of the ruler of Mendeleev appears calm and thoughtful. She has made her move, and now she awaits her opponent's reply.
Commander, I'm satisfied with the troop review, but I do not expect they will be sufficient for the task. You will have to prove yourself a shrewd leader and hire the necessary troops with the provided funds.
Okay.
I have chosen a target for your campaign, and that target is Dresden, our lost outpost within the World Wound. The Sword of Valor was kept there, a banner that was once carried by Iomade herself. Our greatest relic was lost when the city fell. I should make one thing clear from the start. The Sword of Valor is no mere symbol, but a powerful weapon against demons. The holiness of the banner weakens them and robs them of one of their most dangerous abilities, teleportation.
Ah, yes.
A forced march to Dresden awaits you. The Sword of Valor is kept somewhere within the Citadel. The demons probably think it's a hunting trophy. Its recovery is just as important as retaking the city itself. I hope the task is clear. I'm sending 2 specialists to help you, along with the soldiers. A historian, Nura Denduar, and a cleric, Soziel Bainik. One of the famous inquisitors of the Church of Iomade also wants to talk to you. The Honorable Leota, whom everyone calls Hawkblade.
I do not wish to keep you, Commander. The matter I must discuss with you is extremely important, but it is not directly related to the Crusade. You no doubt wish to meet your new comrades and speak with Her Majesty. Therefore, I shall leave you now, but I ask that you seek me out in the camp at your earliest convenience.
And I honestly think that's the last time we hear him speak.
Hi! Listen, it's amazing here. It's like I'm in a ballad. There's knights in shining armor, deadly dangers, glorious feats. We are going to show those demons! I'm so tired of sitting in a library reading books about history. It's time I took part in it!
She nailed the halfling demeanor.
I'm glad to help our cause, Commander. If you have some time later, I'd like to speak with you further.
Alright,
You'll
Soziel.
have plenty of time to talk. You're the Knight Commander's people now, her trusted advisors and companions. Now then, will you please leave us? Irabeth, you can go too.
Wow. When we met at the Defender's Heart, I never imagined you'd make me the commander of the new crusade.
Some actions may be deemed bold, or even extreme, and beyond those, there are some you might call the Queen's last resort. I am not a simple monarch. I am at war with the Abyss, a war which has lasted over 100 years. I cannot allow myself the luxury of caution. In you, I see a chance, and I am willing to stake everything on it. However, you cannot blame me for putting you in charge of the crusade. I only formalized what had already happened in the hearts and minds of many. People spoke of the power that descended upon you and helped you save the Wardstones from corruption and total destruction. Word of this feat quickly spread far beyond the borders of Mendev. There was no other person who could better fit the role of Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade.
Did you know that the souls of angels from heaven are confined in the Wardstone?
I had guessed as much. Many angels fought alongside us in the First Crusade. Heaven was unable to mobilize its full might to aid us, but individual Celestials volunteered to fight for our cause. Then one day, they all vanished, saying that they were setting off on an important mission. Not long after, Iomade's herald erected the first Wardstone in Kenobris, and then the others in cities across Mendev. Even back then, I had nagging doubts. But my faith in Iomade easily assuaged them. It is for us to serve the goddess after all, not to question her works.
Mm-hmm.
Nevertheless, I am pleased that you solved the mystery of the Wardstone in Canopus, and were able to save this gift of Iomade. It was a deed worthy of a Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade.
You should know I received an unusual gift in the caves beneath Canopus. In the vision, I saw the death of an angel called Lariel. Oh, hey Gwen. It looks like Paizo is adapting its campaign for... That's actually a very, very, very smart idea. That is a very, very smart idea. By adapting their campaigns to 5e, it means they'll increase their potential audience in terms of... Oh, pardon me. It will increase their terms of audience... terms of audience. It means it'll increase their audience so that they can sell to more people. And considering the financial issues that Paizo is having at the moment, that's a good call. Plus, you know, and I'll say this, more stories, even if they're pre-made stories for D&D, is always good. Plus, people have been adapting Pathfinder stories to D&D for years, and vice versa, D&D stories to Pathfinder. The systems are so close, but relatively, that it's not that hard.
Lariel. I knew him. He disappeared shortly before the world wound grew, and Dresden fell into the enemy's hands. In the chaos, we had more important concerns than investigating the fate of a single angel. Even one so righteous and beloved as Lariel. And afterward, matters took a turn for the worse. The angels left us to go on their special mission.
Mm-hmm.
It is so strange to hear the names I used to hear when I was young. Like getting a message from the past. It is sad news, but it brings me back to the times when we strongly believed in our victory, and we rushed headlong toward it without fear. Could it be that such times have come again?
And what are you going to do?
Overlooking a spot of insubordination just at the moment. However, I shall answer you. I shall prepare the defenses at Nerosian and all the other border cities and plan the future of the Fifth Crusade. Does that satisfy your curiosity, Knight Commander?
My queen, I'd ask you remain with us. The Dresden campaign is the hope of the Crusade, and blessings of Iomade, and the blessing of Iomade that you carry may be decisive in this battle.
I hear a polite attempt to appeal to the conscience of an old sovereign. I don't know if you realize what you're suggesting. If our enemies in the depths of the wound were to discover that I was with your army, they would immediately send their most vicious demons to attack. They would stop at nothing to be rid of me, and thereby sow chaos across Mendev. But you are right. I shouldn't be sitting it out in the rear. I am a warrior queen, and a queen of warriors. Yet my fighters have forgotten what I look like. Fine. I shall join the crusade, but on my own terms. First, I shall assemble my entourage and lead the parade out of the camp. I shall catch up with you later, along with a few hand-picked bodyguards. We'll change our armor, and I'll become a knight of a minor order and join the troops incognito.
Sounds good.
Until we approach Dresden, no one should know I am among you. But before we storm the city, I shall show myself to the troops and join the battle. Let it be a surprise for the demons. I hope you won't complain of my company on the road, Commander, since you were the one who insisted upon it. Do you have any other questions?
I hope you don't mind if I spend the entire climb flirting with you, only to hate you later, but hey, what the hell. The task is clear.
Splendid. Ah, yes. We have one final matter to attend to. It should be rather enjoyable.
So bold.
Count, there you are.
Oh.
You received my instruction?
I did, though I did not have time to read the thing before I was dragged before your majesty. In truth, I was readying myself to depart.
No matter. I trust you will forgive your sovereign for the rather brusque summons, especially when you learn what prompted it. As you are aware, she has recently been appointed my Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade. I spent a long while pondering whom to appoint to the highly sensitive post of Commander's Field Attaché and Advisor Plenipotentiary without portfolio. Congratulations, Count.
I loved this point when I first played the game, because I'm sitting here going, I knew that Darian was going to be part of my team. I said, because he was saying he was planning on leaving. I didn't know how he was going to get there. And I just love the queen. Like, this is one of the things that made me love her, and one of the reasons I hated her so much later on was that she was just like, oh yeah, Darian's a complete asshole. And he keeps needling her over and over and over again. But because she's a good character, right? She can't exactly become outright hostile to him. So then she does this, which is just like, raises her middle finger in a very, very polite and subtle way and says, spin on it. And I just looked at that and I just started laughing so hard, because it was so perfect.
It is a great honor, I suppose.
Darian's cool expression wavers, but he seems not to be fully cognizant of what's happening. That, or he's holding himself tightly in check. What a wonderful gesture, Your Majesty. I imagine our dear Count would have been inconsolable if you hadn't given him the chance to serve the common cause.
I knew you would approve, Commander.
I knew you would approve. Like, translation, thank you for helping me screw over this constant thorn in my side. I will reward you later. Anyway. Oh, sorry. Oh, goodness, I'm sorry. I need a drink of water. Oh, goodness. Okay, back at it. I won't die, don't worry.
You were ready for such a responsibility, Count, but your conduct in Kenobris has put my mind at ease. So, you will travel with the troops to Dresden. Only the commander may remove you from your post, but I trust that you will dutifully fulfill her orders and make a good showing of yourself. Especially since word of your appointment, Count, will reach the court at any moment. All of Mendev's nobility will be following your successes in service to the nation, including all of your devoted admirers. I even heard that one bard with whom you are particularly friendly has already begun composing a ballad to honor your heroic participation in the crusade and your faithful service to the commander here.
She absolutely totally screwed him.
Your largesse truly knows no bounds, dear cousin. I am most gratified by the honor you have shown me.
Yeah, get the aloe vera, because this burn is gonna hurt.
Then let's get going. May Ayomade help us.
Oh, God. Hello, random person. Who are you? Ah, yes, you're my spy master. Henevia sweeps an inquisitive glance over you. So, tell me straight, how'd that brawl at the Great Garrison end? I heard rumors, of course. That's kind of my job, you know, to listen. She's doing fine. I'll go talk to her. I have to go talk to everybody as soon as I leave my tent. That's kind of my job, you know, to listen. You've no idea what you've no idea what cobblers the Crusade say about you. Okay. Some say Iomade came to you and appointed you her herald. Others say that you died, and an honest-to-God angel is now leading the army, disguised as you. Still others say it was just an explosion at an alchemist's lab, and I'm the one spreading the rumors about your powers. I wish. But you know, you really have changed since the Great Garrison. It's hard to describe, but you become kind of more dangerous? Yeah, exactly! More dangerous. I have a gut instinct about these things. If I didn't, I'd already be dead. You're dangerous, Commander. And by Desna, I hope you'll be dangerous to our enemies and not to us. Or to yourself. Well, depends on how much booze you give me. Alright, I gotta go, Olivia. Alright, you watch yourself now. Alright, outside. Hey, Spider Lady. Wendog greets you with a servile bow. Mistress, how can I serve you? Oh, nothing new. The huntress gazes you with devotion. Thank you for talking to me, mistress. Good lord, woman. Please stop groveling. I'm gonna actually take that option pretty soon. Okay. No. Commander, a tall man with piercing yellow-green eyes gives you a brief nod. Let me Okay, first off, Gwen, you have to fucking work for the romances in this game. Most of the romances you can't achieve until chapter fucking 5. Like, yeah, the last chapter in the game is when you actually get the payoff from the romance. Everything up until then is just loyalty. No, not really, because once I take the angel path, it's going to make it a righteous pain in the ass. There's another character I'm planning on romancing, though. If I was playing an evil character, I would, or at least a neutral character, but I'm doing the angel archetype. Anyway, sorry. Let me personally congratulate you on your new title, and thank you for your time in advance. I am Litor Hawkblade, an Inquisitor of the Church of Iomade, the Bringer of Light. I request your assistance in a certain delicate matter involving one of your companions, Count Darien Arande. Okay. Are you one of Prelate Holrune's followers? Heh. Litor's face freezes for a moment, but he nods. Yes, of course. Okay. Thank you for your answer. It is not an easy topic for me. I'd prefer not to discuss this again. Yeah, I hope you aren't. Okay, what brings you here? I ask you to assist the Church of Iomade in an investigation of the utmost importance. I understand that the leader of the crusade has plenty of other matters to attend to, but please allow me to tell you the details. Perhaps it will explain why I'm calling you. The Inquisitor's open face instantly reveals his feelings. He frowns and looks through you, lost in thought for a moment. I suppose you've already heard about Count Arande, sorry? I refer to the tragedy at Heaven's Edge Estate. You're going to investigate this old case again, aren't you? Yes. Yes, I am. I have several reasons to doubt the widely shared account of what exactly happened at the estate and how it happened. You see, Commander, I was among those sent to examine the estate after the incident. I saw everything with my own eyes, and I still remember it clearly, even though it feels like it happened a lifetime ago. Heaven's Edge was a unique place that still carries the spirit of old Mendev before the World Wound, and yet on that day, it turned into a labyrinthine house of horrors, like something only seen in our nightmares. Apologies for the digression. I wanted to tell you about my suspicions. Everything about the incident seemed odd. Why was the only person left alive a young boy with a newfound talent for divine magic? Why did nobody send to Canabras for help, even though the agony spanned many hours? We found the demons dead, with their heads cut off when we got into the estate. How were they defeated? How did the disease kill even the paladins present at the estate? Who, by the way, if you're a paladin, you have immunity to disease once you get a high enough level. By both Pathfinder and 5e mechanic. Not just 5e, but D&D mechanics in general. If demons had found a way to penetrate the Holy Warrior's defenses, why has this never been repeated since the tragedy at Heaven's Edge? You are the only person who can help me here, Commander, because the only living witness of those events is currently serving in... Yes, that means all the unprotected copulation in the world, giggity. You are the only person who can help me here, Commander, because the only living witness of those events is currently serving in your army. Your army's route will take you near the very site of the tragedy. Heaven's Edge has been abandoned and sealed with potent magic throughout all these years, and only the Count has the power to break that seal. He is unlikely to invite an Inquisitor inside, and in any case, he won't like me sniffing around his family seat. But if you, as his commander, express your wish to visit the estate, he'll be obligated to fulfill it, and I will simply follow you as one of your attendants. There are 100 ways, 1,000 paths, and a myriad loopholes in human lives that the forces of evil can use to their advantage. I am not sure which one of those led the demons to the gates of Heaven's Edge, but I do know that it wasn't a simple raid, the kind Crusaders face every day. That incident involved a significantly more powerful entity, and that is why I'm asking you for your help. We cannot be sure that such a tragedy will not happen again until we uncover the truth. Fine, I'll help you. Lichor bows his head to you with exceptional reverence. Thank you, Commander. Now, I ask you to speak to the Count and tell him you wish to see Heaven's Edge. Please do not inform him of my presence right away. I will join your escort when it's time to travel to the estate. When we get there, I will also require your help during the investigation. You will have to follow me, observing my actions as an independent witness. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask me. Alright, I have to go. Alright. Banner of the Citadel, Cold Waters. Oh, yes. Social. Social? Oh god, I'm already mispronouncing his name. I think it's the chapel tent he's in? Nope.
Let us be off.
Oh god, I just missed him. Oh, hey. Yes. Yes. A glowing croissant. Oh god. Yeah. 50 gold for 1 unit of diamond dust, but 5,000 gold for a diamond. Holy buggery! Alchemist kits, scroll scribers. I can't speak. Alchemist kit 4, yes, I will take it. And scroll scribers 6. God damn it. I don't have enough. Am I even going to be able to get close? No, I'm not. Might as well get as much cash as I can out of that deal.
Hello again. I'm very pleased to meet you. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me.
Okay.
It's a pity I wasn't there at the Grey Garrison to witness your feats of strength with my own eyes. The flash, however, could be seen miles and miles away. Some people were frightened of it, thinking that the demons had blown up the remains of the keep. I, for one, knew immediately that it was a good sign. The light above the city showed us that there was still hope.
What were you painting?
My brothers and sisters in faith. They sent me for help, and then they saved my life, Commander. If the prioress hadn't ordered me to escape the city and seek help, I would have died right along with them. Instead, I met Queen Galfrey on my way to Nerosian, and hurriedly returned to Canabris, only to find my friends dead on the steps of our desecrated temple.
Uh-oh.
I want to draw them the way they live on in my memory. Wise, beautiful, and loyal to their goddess and their city to the very end.
Lawful. They fulfilled their duty honorably.
They did more than their duty. They gave everything they had to save others.
Bingo.
Now it's my duty to make sure my friends and tutors did not die in vain. I will honor their sacrifice by making this world a bit more beautiful and kind.
Admirable goal. Alright, who are you and how could you possibly be of use to my army? Do you have a big stick, or do you just have a paintbrush?
My name is Sozio Vanek. I am a cleric of Shaylin, the Eternal Rose and the Goddess of Beauty. Yes, I know that many people would consider me useless in a war. This is not a usual war, though. Just consider our enemy. The Abyss and his demons are the very embodiment of everything evil and ugly in the world. Perhaps a disciple of kindness and beauty might come in handy.
Do you have a big stick?
I have no doubt that we will win this war, Commander. We just have to. It is our destiny. My role is to help you, and all those standing by your side in this struggle, to survive and flourish. Everyone deserves the chance to find peace and happiness in the world that they are defending so selflessly.
Do you have a big stick?
Perhaps I am a true artist, or simply an amateur who defaces canvases in my spare time. My goddess is a patron of art, so painting is part of my prayer, and I put all my heart into my pieces. But I am a cleric above all else, so I must also tend to others. I went to war because here's where I'm most needed. Sure, I could be painting idyllic landscapes and offering empty prayers to my goddess, but that won't stop people from dying. My goddess has no tolerance for false piety.
Good enough, you're a healer.
Yes, I have a personal request. Before we undertake our journey and leave Canabris behind, I would like to visit Martyr Zacharias' cemetery for a funeral. It's not far from here, and it's important. I would like to pay my respects to my friends from the Temple of Shaylin who died defending the city. Also, if it's not too much trouble, I would like you to come with me to honor their memory. Their friends and family will be at the funeral, and perhaps the commander's personal presence will bring them comfort.
Sounds good. Let's go.
I know that you are burdened by many cares right now, so I understand if you can't find the time. But if you could, I would be sincerely grateful.
I have to go.
You must be rather busy indeed. Leading a crusade all by yourself is no joke. I still believe that you are up to the task. This war has been raging for 100 years, but you've given us a chance at victory.
Indeed. Alright. Might as well just do the thing with Darian. Darian, do the thing. I'd love to visit Heaven's Edge and see the Arende estate someday. Oh, I was just about to mention it myself. I've been thinking, now that I'm in the middle of this whole crusade nonsense, I simply must devise new ways to have fun. What with all the recent commotion, my birthday completely slipped my mind. What if we were to celebrate it at Heaven's Edge? It's not far from here, and you'll get to enjoy a banquet in a bona fide haunted house. Since you're my superior, and I'm your advisor, I'm obligated to ask your permission to leave for the festivities. And I want to invite you too. I'm sure the commander can free up an afternoon while the soldiers are on leave. All right, deal. Perfect. You'll have a ball. I'll make sure of it. Something strange flickers in Darian's smile. But people say you are deliberately trying Queen Galfrey's patience. Is that true? Does it even matter? All of Mendivian high society has declared war upon me. They either despise me or they're trying to steer me back onto the right path. And I'm doing everything in my power to keep them on their toes. I relish the prospect of all the fun this mess in Canabris will bring. Darian grins from ear to ear. I shall either commission a song about the great Canabris fiasco, from a certain talented bard, or confuse the jewelers with a rather tall order, a batch of silver dragon toys with detachable heads. Give me a week, and they'll be at every shop in the capital. I know I shouldn't encourage him. You should make sure it's really easy to rip off the wings of your dragon trinket as well. Kids are gonna love it. Darian laughs. So be it! From now on, you are my muse. Alright, I've got to head out. Goodbye. I totally did. I totally did.
What's that?
I heard a ding. Ooh, loot. Alright. Sela, what are you doing, Sela?
Hello. So, what do you reckon about everything that's come crashing down on us? All the responsibility, command, this new power?
I haven't figured it out yet. We'll see what happens next.
Watching and waiting is a good strategy. Probably.
It's kinky, too, under the right circumstances. Yeah, I'm a bad person. Shove it.
I'm still frightened by what happened in the Grey Garrison. Were we really chosen? By Iomade herself? You know, back when I was a snot-nosed kid who just started down the path to becoming a paladin, I imagined once or twice that I was going to do something heroic. The lights would shine down on me, the trumpets would sing, I'd hear the voice of the goddess, or at least her herald, you know? I'd be informed that I had been chosen for a great cause. But that's the point where my imagination always failed me.
Nudity. That's always a good next step. But, you know, to each their own.
Somehow, it really happened. Without all the trumpets or the herald or even anyone explaining what I had to do. Though it's clear as day, my place is here, in this demon-ridden wound. Quite a lovely war going on, in fact. Endless, I hear. I'm gonna need some time to wrap my head around this. Spare me an hour and I'll crawl into some dark corner and whine about my hard lot. What can I tell you? I cry easily.
You shouldn't have told me that. I'm gonna haunt you with that for the rest of your life. Or at least for the rest of the time that we're together. Oh, right. Hey, big guy. Ember, where are you, Ember? Alright, Ember, where are you? Ember! Ember, I need to talk to you. There you are! I will find you boots soon, Ember, don't worry. Ember is bobbing her head and humming a tune. She greets you with carefree, cheerful smile. Her wandering eyes linger on you for just a moment before darting off again into the distance. So, how are you handling your new abilities? Abilities? The girl tilts her head to her shoulder. What are you talking about? Oh, the tricks you learned when the big gray house blew up. They're funny! Thank you for teaching them to me. Oh, Amber. The Queen gave me the title of Knight Commander, put me in charge of an army. What do you think about that? The elf focuses her wondering gaze on your eyes, smiles and shakes her head. Don't believe titles. All of us in the world are children of the street, barefoot, hungry, scared. A step away from death. Some imagine they're strong and rich, like gods, but don't forget who you really are behind the title. Oh, Amber. I love you so much. You're such a great character. Commander, allow me to say something. Irabeth looks even more serious than usual. Before you, this wasn't a war. It was agony, drawn out over decades. No one believed in victory anymore. When the demons attacked the city, for some it was a relief. At least the end had come. They laid down their weapons and surrendered without a fight. I felt the same thing, but somehow got through it on stubbornness and the vague hope that if nobody found Nevia's body, she might by some miracle have survived. And that miracle was you. You returned my beloved to me when I nearly lost all hope of seeing her alive again. Then you went on a suicide mission to the great garrison and won the city back for us. You turned a defeat into a victory. I know it wasn't easy, but you make everything seem so effortless. You do everything just like that, she says with a snap of her fingers. The Queen believes in your powers too. But for me, they're just more proof of what I felt that day when I saw Nevi alive standing next to you. You're the miracle we've been waiting for. You're the only one who will finally put an end to this terrible war, and in spite of everything, deliver us the victory we so desperately need. With you, I'm sure this crusade will achieve what the others could not. Well, thank you. By the way, I found this scabbard in the Great Garrison. Yours? The scabbard held the solemn hour, my family sword. My father once fought with it, and I took it when I left home to become a paladin. Alas, it was not stolen. I parted with my heirloom willingly to help someone dear to me. Anevia needed expensive healing, and having no other way to procure the money, I pawned my father's sword. I think he would have understood. I'm sure he would have given up everything to help the family. It's a noble goal. I'd hoped to redeem the solemn hour, eventually, but there was never enough money, and soon the sword disappeared from the pawn shop altogether. But no idea who took it. Seems like I'll have to part with my father's sword forever. Is Anevia sick? You'll forgive me if I don't go into detail. It's a private matter. Suffice it to say, everything is fine now. The treatment was costly, but it was worth it. I can see that you truly love her. You'll forgive me if... Oh, what? Oh, sorry, I hit the wrong button. A delicate blush appears on Irabeth's cheek. She nods silently. Aww. Irabeth lovingly traces the name imprinted on the scabbard's leather. My parents were loyal servants, yet it wasn't enough to earn them a title or a coat of arms. Still, however humbled our name might be, it's worth something. I don't know if I'll ever see the solemn hour again, but at least I have its scabbard back. Thank you. So, it turns out the Queen has her head of counterintelligence watching me. I wonder why. You think the Queen doesn't trust you? If that were true, she wouldn't have put you in charge of this army. My main task is to be your advisor until you've gained enough experience as a commander. For counterintelligence, Anevia and I were tasked with keeping an eye on your inner circles. But you're not under suspicion, Commander. You're under our protection. Well, now I just feel warm and fuzzy inside. It's hard to believe your origin is so humble. You deserve a noble title more than many who inherit them. Irabeth's cheeks blush a little. Thank you, Commander. It's an honor to hear that, especially from you. Well, I am now the commander of the 5th Crusade. It's now time to get you that title. Somehow. Every noble family begins somewhere. You must have heard the recent story from the Stolen Lands and the River Kingdoms. Just imagine, coming from nowhere and making it all the way to a royal crown in just a few years. This is a reference to the previous game, Kingmaker, by the way. Sometimes I wonder what would happen if I managed to distinguish myself somehow. But then, I push away such unworthy, selfish thoughts. Of course, we don't fight for rewards. Speak for yourself. I fight for rewards all the time. The fate of the world is at stake, and yet... Her blush deepens, and she falls silent. Alright, I have to go. No, I always miss her when first coming into the tent, because she's so damn small. My commander, how can I help? There's so much I can do. Just ask! Nura looks at you with eyes filled with enthusiasm. She's holding a notebook and a traveler's inkwell. You've probably heard about the wound I have on my chest, the one that opens sometimes. Can you perhaps tell me if it's some kind of demonic curse? Yes, indeed. I've been told of your affliction. Nura appears at the center of your chest. Can you will the wound open? No? That's a shame. What can you tell me about this wound? Well, it's difficult to say. I know of blades that leave never-healing cuts, of poisons that stop wounds from healing. I've heard of witches' curses that are rewarded with eternal wounds. But wounds that seem to reopen and heal over time? Perhaps you know of other cases like this? Let's think. In 4671, a Mendevian army corporal had all of his bones and cartilage turned to glass. In 4700, a scribe in Canabras had all of her skin simply come away like she'd been boiled. And in 4638... Oh, you don't happen to have insects crawling all over you? Locusts? No? Rats, perhaps? Too bad. Nura looks at you with genuine regrets. Well, thank you for your answers. I'm sorry I couldn't tell you anything useful. Will be sure to study this matter and consult a few of my encyclopedias. Time for me to go. Nura hasn't really... Sorry. Nura has a really interesting backstory, and I wish I could spend some more time exploring it. Unfortunately, well, it's a really long backstory. Camellia. So you're Horgus's daughter. You've discovered my most terrible secret. Father cares so much about the Gwyrm name that he raised me in our mansion, hiding me away from the whole world. I'll always be grateful to my father for everything he's done for me, even if Mandev's society disapproves of some of his decisions. Would it be insolent of me to beg for your discretion regarding what you know about us? Camellia's words are polite, but her tone grows cold and sharp. Let us keep this as our little secret. I assure you, my father and I appreciate loyalty and decency. For both myself and my father, I thank you for your understanding. Okay. What do you think of your powers you received from me? Camellia shrugs nonchalantly. People of noble descent grow accustomed to ample opportunity. The powers I received from you are useful, but I see no point in treating them with excessive piety. Okay. Alright, well, you guys are probably bored stupid by now, so let's get a move on. There are battles to be fought, and I think I've talked to everybody except for Wolja. Alright, Social... I haven't done your spells yet. Hatty, it's... Oh, Regil. You're gonna love Regil, Gwyn. You're gonna love him. Alright. The path to this location is... Oh. Yeah, I know this. Alright. Close. Doink. There we go. Ow. Got a buggered shoulder here. An elderly man limps towards a grave and clumsily throws a handful of... 1 second. My God, Jason Kenny, go away! I actually need to start blocking that number. How unfair. They were all so young. They had their whole lives ahead of them. They sacrificed themselves, and an old cripple like me still lives. Well, that's kind of how it works, old man. An elven woman with her face bathed in tears steps up to the grave. She whispers, "The painting. It burned like everything else in the house. There's nothing left for me to remember you by. Nothing." A young man throws a handful of soil into the open graves and stands beside it for a while, lost in thought. Finally, he sighs and steps back. Cecile throws a handful of soil into the grave in front of him. He takes a breath and prepares to speak, but it seems that he simply cannot find the right words. The cleric wipes his tear-filled eyes, gathers his resolve, and says in a gentle voice, "I wish you a warm welcome in Shaylin's realm. We will win this war, I swear to you. We will banish this ugliness and evil, make the world richer, and let peace blossom in it. We'll make sure anything like this... He breaks into sobs mid-sentence, and then falls silent without finishing his declaration. You fought honorably and remained steadfast in your duty until your final breath. Your deeds will not be forgotten." Cecile is too absorbed in his grief to hear you, but the other mourners aggressively raise their fists into the air, inspired by your words. I do have to take lawful actions because, once again, as a paladin, if I go there's a stupid wheel for your alignment, and if, like, you can take good actions and it will drag you up. The problem is it's a wheel, it's not a square. So if it were a square with 9 slots, I would simply be going up in the lawful good square. Whereas, because it's a sphere, the more good actions I take, it drags me into neutral good, which means I'll lose my paladin powers. Okay, noble, glory to the heroes of the crusade, never forget. What's this? An elven woman shrieks in horror, disrupting the atmosphere of silent mourning. Her hands tremble as she points at something inside a grave. Suddenly, a corpse climbs out of the ground, wafting a horrible stench up from its rotting body. Well, it's a zombie. It's murder time! Wait, is it murder if they're already dead? Oh well.
You'll make a fine trophy.
Cecile actually has some pretty hefty armor, if I remember correctly. He is AC 16. Oh, yeah, no, he's fucking useless. He's wearing scale mail. Oh, okay. Well, shit. Well, bugger. I know a way to fix this, said the idiot who forgot how to use his spells. One of the joys about being holy individuals. I'm gonna move flaming up. Damn it. Oh. Bugger my balls. I don't use luck that much, which is okay. So yeah, Divine Weapon Bond is right there. Yeah, I'll keep my buff spell. Yeah, let's just cast it and go nuts. And then when she... Oh, remove curse. Oh, that's cool. I need to get her AC up. With a heavy heart, Cecile looks at the corpses of his friends, returned to rest by his own hands. What is this twisted mockery? Who could possibly... Wait, what's this? He bends down and recovers something from the ground. Take a look at this. Cecile holds hands off a black onyx gem to you. Once precious, the stone is now covered in cracks, falling apart in your grip. As you examine the engraved Minotaur's head, the unholy symbol of Baphomet, cleric's voice, perplexed at first, fills with rage as he speaks. Cultists! Simply murdering my friends was not enough for them. No! They had to come to the funeral and desecrate their graves. It looks like some of the townspeople were only feigning their grief. These demon worshippers are everywhere. Now I understand why the Inquisitors of Canabras become so paranoid. Wait, the townspeople fled the undead without knowing they have a traitor among them. Wherever they are in great danger. We must find them. Okay. Goodies? Zombie Lord? Alright. I don't use Sociel that much. He is not a character I fully understand how to utilize. I could if I learned, but I don't care, so I won't. Somebody help me! Okay.
I hope you appreciate this.
Unquiet dead. The half-rotten corpse of a woman shambles out of the crypt. She leers at you with her empty eye sockets and croaks out a few words. Thank the gods and thank you too. I knew this would happen someday. They buried me alive. I hate to break it to you, but you're actually dead. How dare you? What utter foolishness! Do I look like a corpse to you? No, no, no! You forget yourself. You should be ashamed to say such a things to, The dead Baroness wags a finger at you in a chastising manner, but cuts herself short, staring at her own hand in horror. What? How? This simply cannot be. I shan't permit it. I mean, technically, if you use true resurrection, you could bring her back and give her a brand new body, but I'm not sure how that would work. I'm afraid it's true. I am truly sorry. This graveyard was desecrated by a necromancer. It seems that he disturbed your rest as well. So I died. But even in death, the accursed servants of the abyss torment me? Can nothing be done? Perhaps you could lay me to rest. I quite enjoyed my life in this world, but now there is no place for me here, not in this miserable form. Well, I am a paladin, so rest in peace. Thank you. Do feel free to take my burial jewelry. Those pieces are dreadfully out of fashion where I'm going anyway. Alright! Cure wounds to kill the undead. Burial jewelry.
March on.
Mobility 18. Can I make it?
It is done.
Hey, I did. Loot the graves. Mobility 17.
I am finished.
Oh yeah, sure, now you can make the basic mobility checks. But when I needed you to do it before, you fucking couldn't. Good lord. Move forward!
I'll bathe in your blood.
Another zombie lord. There we go. Yes, give me more shit to sell. Oh, hang on.
Fall!
Kill them all!
Tear your throat out.
The world in crimson. That's how you hit them.
Nice! Wait, it looks like they're waiting for us. Huh. There's a whole squad of undead guarding the door. Maybe we should look for another entrance? Slaughter works for me, but yeah, sure, I can go for another entrance. 1 second. I saw loots. Excellent. Give me all the loot, zombie lord. Okay, now we can leave. No, seriously, I would like to leave. Ah, there we go. Athletic, 16.
I can't do it.
Yeah, of course!
No reason to pause. Oh, well, that happened.
Oh, it's because we're all fatigued. 1 second. Time for us to take an... You cannot rest here. God damn it.
Damn, it's just not my lucky day.
Well, we're going through the front door. Because I can't make it around.
I will bring
They
down
will
the
break
divine
against
wrath.
our resolve.
This pain is excruciating. So this is how it feels.
Yay. I can leave. Yeah, sure, let's exit the area, why not? Oh! Shit! I'm so glad I saved before doing that. Woo! I thought I was moving me under the... 1 second. Alright, well. Good
I
luck.
am finished.
Yes! He did it! I mean... Of course I did it. Even exhausted and fatigued, I can still win.
I hope you appreciate this.
Yeah, I'll take the little bit of
Let
gold
us
I can
be
get my
off.
hands on.
It is done.
15 DC. Yay! What do you want? All you have to do is die in the name of Baphomet. Have faith, you can do it. You know what else I can do? Well, I can do other things, true, but yeah. Have fun, Cecile. Yay! We're big heroes! Oops. Do you think I need your permission? Hey, Bonebag, stand up and kill. Do you really want to do this with me, my friend? Alright!
I'll cut you wide open. The world in crimson.
It's a race to the undead! Of course the monk gets there first. Surrender! I surrender! Stop! I give up! Don't hit me! The young man in black robes throws his hands up in a dramatic gesture. You damned rats! How dare you! Suddenly, Socio becomes a totally different person. The art, his delicate hands clench into fists while his voice comes out as a menacing roar. He leaps at the necromancer and breaks his nose with a single blow. You scumbag! I remember you. You came into our temple begging for healing just a month ago. We fed you. We shared our table with you and took you in. Then I don't even know what I'm going to do to you. Stop it! I surrender. Cecile ignores the necromancer's cries of pain, punching him right in the teeth. The necromancer spits blood, but continues, fighting past the wild blows to his increasingly bruised and battered face. You're a priest of Shaylin. I've surrendered. You have to spare my life. Your goddess demands it. Is he telling the truth? Your religion doesn't allow you to kill him? Yes, the Eternal Rose is known for her grace. She teaches us to show mercy to anyone who asks for it. It's one thing to slay an enemy in battle, but a captive? You must try to save their soul. To show them the beauty of the world. Persuade them to abandon the path of evil. It is difficult, but the world is better for it. You must come back from the dark side, Anakin! Anyway, I'm just repeating your own sermons back to you. Come on, Cecile, try to make me repent my sins. Perhaps your kind words will make me abandon Baphomet's teaching, run to Shaylin for redemption, and start knitting some masterpieces of my own. The cultist smirks impudently. Do you two know each other? We do. That's Narti, a tailor's apprentice from Canabras. We healed him after he was mauled by a dog. Then he became a frequent visitor to our temple. He listened attentively to our sermons, studied the goddess's teachings, and praised our art. Were you lying to our faces the whole time? When we took you in, when you sat at our table, when we broke bread with you, were you planning to stab us in the back even then? The whole time. Now you understand part of it. Let me dig into the rest. The cultist curves his bloodied lip up into an evil sneer. I was hoping to lure you to our side. It wouldn't have been hard. We're everywhere, even inside you. Kinky. I think you know it too. You are not like all those pious devotees. You pretend to be, and maybe you fooled yourself, but we both see who you really are. You have the same demonic rage inside you, It's a pity I never had time to kindle it into a devouring flame, but sometimes you have to resort to a backup plan. Having you die at the hands of your dead friends was such a good idea. It's a pity it didn't work. Well, yeah. You want to kill me right now, don't you? But you can't. You're a good boy, Sociel. So loyal to your goddess. You'll have to let me go or commit a sin. So I win either way. Witness the genius of our Lord Baphomet. Why doesn't it give me the option to kill him? Seriously. I may be a paladin of Iomade, but I'm pretty sure this shithead is deserving of an execution. Oh well, don't listen to his lies. He deserves death. It would be a just... Well, actually, no. Stop. Yeah, no, this is a cleric of another god, so I have to respect that, so we'll go with the good option. Stop, Cecile. It's not worth breaking your goddess's vows just because of filth like him. Thank you for stopping me. I almost broke my vows because of this. I had absolutely no idea there was so much rage in me. It's a shame. A disgrace, but I must admit that I enjoyed beating him. I enjoyed watching you beat him. Forgive me for letting you see me like this. It should never have happened. You are the commander, and he is your captive. It's up to you to decide his fate. What do you think I should do to him? I have no right to decide whether he should live or die. You are in charge here. Well, I'm lawful, so I have to take the lawful option. But I could execute him. You know what? I've spared him and sent him to prison before. Shit, but Ember wouldn't want me to kill him. Fuck. Well, I'll go with my moral compass, and right now that's Ember. Yes, that's the right thing to do. Thank you. Well, going with my moral compass helped. Sociel examines the devastated graveyard, then diverts his attention to the terrified townspeople. It's all right. You're safe now. We should bury the bodies again. This is a place of peace, and we must not leave it desecrated like this. The townsfolk are clearly terrified of even looking at the fallen undead, but Sociel's soft words reassure them. As they work together, the graveyard soon regains its tranquil appearance. After a prayer, Sociel bows his head before the graves of his friends for the last time. May the Eternal Rose grant them peace at last. Let's be on our way. We have many more innocents to protect from the horrors of this war. Alright, how do I get out of here? Wrong way. Nope, right way. Yay! More crap to sell. Alright. Oh, God. Okay. I have 100 men. Damn it. No, it's down there. Okay, I can't add more to it? Oh! Bugger my balls, I got it wrong. Yeah, they all have to come from Canabras. Okay. I am going to recruit the maximum number that I can. Because archers are always a good thing. Upwards! Please keep going. Yes. Explore ahead, my troops. Well, now I know the way to the Houndheart's camp. Continue exploring! Well, shit. Cultist fighters and cultists. Ah, good, they don't have the ranged people. Die to my bow. Yes. Nice. Absolute defense. Die again! Congratulations, you killed one of them. Hit them! Yay! Victory! Time to recruit a general. Ooh! Master of Maneuvers 1. Yes, please. I now have a general. By the way, for those of you who have played Kingmaker, you will notice this is one of the portraits one of the stock portraits that you had in the previous game. They just took all the portraits of the previous like a bunch of portraits from the previous Kingmaker campaign, and made them generals. It's a good promotion. Okay. I still have 8 movement points. Onward, my glorious army! Continue. Can they make it? Nope. Okay, well, that's more shit for me to do. Houndheart's campsite. Sela. Well, balls. Okay, well. Sell off some gear. Then we go to the Houndheart's campsite. Oh, will do. Oh, goodness, wait. Mysterious elf. Damn it. You again. So, I don't know, Commander. She never introduced herself, but she's not a part of our army. I know all our soldiers by name and by sight. Okay. Alrighty then. Any good armor? Plenty of shields. 2,500. Ooh. 3,000. Deal. Painful remorse. Good lord! That thing's terrifying. Okay. Well, it's time for a nap. And then... Oh, wait. I have to go meet the queen. A message for the commander. A knight in simple armor lowers his voice. I'm the queen's bodyguard. She sent me to tell you she's arrived at Camp Incognito as planned. You can find her where the minor knightly orders are camped. Come if you wish to speak with her. All right. I will visit her at once. May the flirting begin! Not that I actually plan on doing anything. You guys understand, right? She's over 100 years old, and I'm an Aasimar who can live for over 100 years anyway. Queen Galfrey nods at you cordially. Her armor is plain and unadorned. As promised, I entered the ranks incognito, along with a few bodyguards. I have introduced myself as Katran, an old friend of yours. I'm a knight of a minor order, the Green Crows. We shall see how long it takes Anevia to sniff me out. How does it feel living for so... why did you decide to join the Crusade after all? Because I have a curious mind, and I am quite unable to sit for long and do nothing. The Queen smiles, but then grows serious. You ask a difficult question. I must remain as safe as possible. My death or abduction would sow chaos among our forces. However, I am not only a queen, I am also a paladin of Iomade. It is not in my nature to sit in a place with my sword sheathed. Was that a double entendre? Never mind. In a matter of speaking, your request was simply a convenient excuse for me to be where I belong, crusading against the demon hordes. Besides, I'm curious to see my new Knight Commander in action. I have a question for you as well. Why did you wish me to join you on the crusade? Ooh. I'm glad to have the glorious Crusader Queen by my side. Well, that's a fair enough motive. The camaraderie of combat, fighting shoulder to shoulder, for a warrior, such things are priceless. May I ask you a personal question? I've learned so much about Queen Galfrey from chronicles and legends, but what about the other Queen Galfrey, the one that the historians and bards cannot see? Yes. The Queen smiles faintly. That Galfrey is an old woman, weighed down by a great burden. But she has not lost her passion, and she will make the feathers fly when the time comes. Mendev is lucky to have such a queen, and I'm twice as lucky, for she's agreed to fight by my side. I'm not gonna be so... No, not number two. I'm not gonna be that, obvious. Good Christ. Galfrey arches her eyebrow. Strange. You say agreed to fight by my side, but what I hear is agreed to go on a date with me. Shit! She sniffed me out! She knows I'm perverted, even though I'm an Aasimar. Do you really think you are the first person to attempt to charm me with such words? You are not. If you want to impress me, you'll need to do better than that. Oh, I can. Although, all seriousness, how does it feel living for so long beyond natural limits? You're over 100 years old, my queen, aren't you? I shall answer thus. The decision to prolong my life was not mine. It is the decision of the Church of Iomade. The Sun Orchid elixirs have been paid for by the Church. The priests determined that I was needed in these dark times, both as a ruler and a chosen paladin of Iomade. I accepted their decision and the great responsibility it entails. Sounds good. I must go! Alright, we need to get some sleep. No onion soup for me tonight. Seasoned winged and thighs. We do not need a hearty meal. I am going to cancel. Can I cancel, please? Apparently I can't. What? What? I would like to cancel. I don't actually want to use up ingredients, but okay. Yeah, sure, if I have to.
I heard you talking to your invisible friends. You know, I have a friend too.
I can't imagine what spirit would talk to a gutter snipe like you, and I don't want to.
Yes. Yes, Camellia. Okay. I rolled a 4 and I still... plus 13. Holy shit. Okay. Onward! Chili. I have to make it to Chili Creek. 1 second. Okay, so I have to make it to the Citadel, and I have to make it to Chili Creek. I can go to Heaven's Edge at any time. Okay. But I do get a bigger reward if I make it to Dresden faster. Forward! Oh, yes. Got a little excited there. There is someone on the road. Get ready. Magical anomalies are common in the world of Golarion. So common that the use of the word anomaly itself is questionable. A regular city dweller will encounter a chaotic manifestation of supernatural power at least once in their lifetime. One might naturally assume that the strange sky, the ghostly fire from the rifts in the ground, the rain of eyeballs, all that the world wound is known for, should find some purchase in the mortal mind. But even the most worldly of travelers feel uneasy at its borders. Why? Perhaps instinctively they understand that this is a place not merely a magical wasteland, but a wound, an ulcer through which the world itself bleeds into the abyss. The commander and her army walk up the banks of the West Selen River, where it draws near to the border of the world wound. The soldiers' feet halt unbidden. On the other bank rises a series of cliffs, too regular in shape to have been formed by wind or water. The sky hangs over their sharp edges and sickening bends. The shade of mercury on the horizon rising to a dirty rust. As it arches over the soldiers' heads, it regains its familiar azure blue. The soldiers whisper and grumble. The commander feels eyes upon her back. Somewhere among them, wearing simple armor and unrecognized by anyone, the ruler of Mendeleev is standing and watching the new commander closely. The commander gives the signal to wait, climbs to the highest point along the bank, and then she decides to... Yes, Ember, thank you! Establishing a rapport with her troops is yet another battle that the leader must face. Through the subtle alchemy of words, one can win trust and raise morale, or lose face in authority. Addressing an army on the border of the world wound, the commander seeks to establish herself as a military leader on this new battleground, and her efforts prove fruitful. The soldiers listen dutifully, smiles appearing on their faces. Someone in the rank jokes that the demons are growing tired of waiting for them. The army keeps moving. Lines of soldiers step warily beneath the shroud of low black clouds. It's like the world wound has reached out a finger into the lands of Mendev. The gesture seems eerily harmless, but then the clouds come to life, shooting out of howling tornadoes, one after another. The tornadoes come from all sides, from ahead, behind, and right above the soldiers' heads. The power of the elements is on one side of the scales, the soldiers' faith and inspiration on the other. It's plain to see which is greater. The determined army runs the gauntlet of tornadoes. The struggle lasts over half an hour, but the army only loses a few bags of supplies, and a dozen haps are whipped off into the sky. After stopping to catch their breath, the soldiers continue on. Their first encounter with the world wound has ended in their favor. Plus 10 to morale. Hells yeah. We'll be right back. Oh, they still don't have their movement back. Okay. Houndheart Campsites. I would love to enter this location. Thank you. Random shield.
Now, what is that?
Oh, hey! We're finally here. Elan and Curl must be around here somewhere. And Jana, too, if they gave her permission to leave. Ah, there they are. Elan of the Houndhearts. Greetings, Sela, and greetings to you, Knight Commander. Sir Ellen puts his hand behind his back and bows slightly. Then he casts an inquisitive glance at you. He seems less friendly than he was the day you met at the Defender's Heart. Jana puts her hands on her hips. She looks even more dashing than usual. Elan is feeling a little shy. He thought he asked for help from a couple of nobodies like us, but now you've turned into the saviors of Canabras, knights of the Fifth Crusade, marched by Iomede's blessing, and you still came to help him dig through a pile of junk. Ha! Sela frowns a little. Let's not talk about it. I assure you, I'm the same Sela, your friend from the League of the Carts, and we came here to help you look for Elan's ring. By the way, where's Curl? He did not come with us. He said an old wound was acting up. All right, my friends, since we're here, let's finish this mission quickly. I really don't feel comfortable bothering Knight Commander with my personal problems. I'm glad we're here to help you, Elan. I hope everything works out perfectly for your wedding, too. I love weddings so much. They're full of joy and new beginnings. But I haven't been to any. Can I come? Oh, Ember. And yes, you're coming. I'm bringing you. Of course, Lady Ember. Let's hope my bride doesn't run away from the bungler who managed to lose the ring before he bought for her. What does the ring look like? And where should we look for it? The last time I saw the ring, it was with my things in my traveling chest. Now the camp's in a total disarray. I don't know how we'll ever find it. The ring is made of a shiny silver metal with a deep blue-green jewel. You can't miss it. Master Darak is not just a jeweler, he's an artist. There's no mistaking one of his creations. So, interesting aside, and I know we're in the middle of the story, but interesting aside for those people who are watching live and for those people who are watching later in the VODs, in the old days, before the 1940s, it was customary to give your betrothed, if you were a male, you would go out and get an engagement ring. However, you would get your betrothed a piece of jewelry with their birthstone in it. So, for example, I was born in October, and opal is my birthstone. It's a semi-precious stone. It's not worth all that much, but if I were to get jewelry for myself for whatever reason, I would traditionally get it done with opals. And if I were to, say, propose to someone who'd been born in October as well, I would also get them jewelry primarily made with opals. Now, it doesn't preclude me from getting other stones placed into the jewelry, but the idea is the most prominent feature of said jewelry should be an opal. Now, you may be wondering if engagement rings used to be personalized with birthstones and such, how did we switch from what was essentially, if you got lucky, you would be buying one of the cheapest semi-precious stones to give as a engagement ring to, yeah, you're getting the most expensive possible gemstone to give as an engagement ring to your betrothed? And the answer is quite simple. Advertising. 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 An advertising campaign so successful that it was even able to come up with an economic formula for the acceptable amount to spend on a wedding ring. I, of course, refer to the 1940s De Beers Diamond Engagement Ring campaign. In order to increase their sales of diamonds, the De Beers Company of the U.S., I believe they were a U.S. company, but the De Beers Company, one of the biggest diamond mine companies or diamond cutting companies, I'm not quite sure, but they wanted to increase sales. So they came out with the, diamonds are forever, and as diamonds are forever, just like your love, show that your love is forever with a diamond engagement ring or something along those lines. But they may not have even used that exact slogan, but they also came up with a formula. And that formula was one of the genius reasons why the De Beers Company was so successful in getting diamond engagement rings as the primary means by which a man would propose to a woman. And that formula was every man should spend 3 months of their working wages to buy a ring. No more, no less. Every man. In other words, if you work bottom of the barrel, making minimum wage, you should save up 3 months worth of those wages and spend that on a diamond ring. In a way, the formula was genius because it put all men of different economic and social statuses on the same playing field. It didn't matter that you didn't make a massive amount of money, which I was probably like, 60 grand a year, 100 grand a year was probably like top 1% in America back in the 40s. So it didn't matter that you didn't make that much because all you had to do was save up 3 months. And that was good enough. Anyway, so just a thought. Just a random aside. It's basically up there with how Santa Claus is now a fat old man with white hair, instead of the traditional red-haired Scottish man he used to be. Anyway. Okay, I'll just quickly zip through this. I think that's a bunny.
Over there.
Loot! Moonstone. Also, I would not be getting... No. What? What? Why would... No! Well... We eat well tonight, I guess? Sorry. Huh?
It's just not my lucky day.
Alright, look through the barrels. Come on, Windowalk, off you go. Ah! Quasit. The small Quasit demon emerges from the chest. It looks at you angrily, screwing up its ugly little face. It is holding a shiny object in its paws, a sparkling silver ring with a large blue-green jewel. It's mine! Mine! Ilan, look! Look at that creepy thing. What's it holding? That was actually timed really well. I've seen one of these before. These small demons like to tease and bully, but it'll bolt if it senses any real threat. Let's surround it and attack it together before it can figure out what's happening. And then there's, color spray. Mine! The Quasit throws its paws in the air and splashes you with beams of color. You hear insolent giggling. I'm not going to do that again, by the way. That hurt my throat. Ilan, Chana. Sela glances at her friends and turns to you. They're all right. They'll come round soon. Quickly, Andrea. Let's catch the little rascal before he runs off with the ring. And where do you think you're going? Everyone kill.
Let's move.
I see you. Oh. Silly weak ass Samar. Don't make me smite you, bitch! I will. I've got a smite loaded and ready.
This is my path. I can't cast it like that.
I can... What's this bullshit? It's evil! Of course I can cast smite on it. Goddamn game mechanics. If I were really in the middle of a TTRPG, I could have cast smite on the fucker. Hey, it's Curl. Before Elan manages to get to Quasit, the halfling Curl appears right next to it, quite out of nowhere. He snatches the ring from the demon's paws. You mustn't get it! Curl, what are you? Thrusting herself between Elan and Curl, Sela barely manages to absorb the blow aimed at the halfling. Elan, stop! Have you gone mad? He's using a summoning spell. Why did you stop?
We will fall here. I swear it.
Well, buggery. Amber, please save my ass. Ah, excellent. Now look after yourself, please. Elan, what were you doing? You nearly cut down Curl. Without a second thought, without a trial, without even knowing if he was responsible for all of this. He might have been a victim himself. What am I doing? He lured us into a trap. Curl was the only one who knew where we were going. He knew he knew we thought there wouldn't be anyone at the campsite besides some small harmless demons. So he set a trap. I wouldn't be surprised if his demon masters had him targeting the commander from the start. Talk about believing in the redemption of scoundrels. We barely know anything about what happened. Curl is a good lad. He's not a spy or a murderer. Maybe they threatened him, tricked him, or even bewitched him with demon magic. And now we'll never know because you let him escape. I mean, to be fair, Elan isn't wrong. Better to let a thief escape than cut down an innocent. I'm gonna take the middle road here. You two need to calm down. You're both right in your own way. And anyway, what's done is done. It can't be undone. We're lucky no one died in today's little brawl, but who knows where Sela's naivete may lead you. Do you hear me, sister? You're not just another knight. Whatever you do may have terrible consequences. You clearly have something to say. Go ahead then. Spit it out. Sela, I didn't want to say this, but I think of you as my friend, so I'm going to warn you. After what happened at the Grey Garrison, you're in serious danger, and maybe not just you. You might like to ignore military hierarchy and the rules of knightly orders, but there's wisdom in them that has stood the test of time. A soldier rises from a private to an officer. A knight begins as a squire. Even Iomede's paladins gain their abilities gradually, but not with you and the commander. You were granted incredible powers, far surpassing seasoned paladins with experience and skill far beyond your years. You received this gift at just the right moment, and saved a lot of lives across Mendev. That's a great deed that will be remembered for ages to come. But what happened next was wrong. They began to worship you. The Queen gave you such vast power, all while you sidestepped everything. Training, experience, hardship. This is not the first time Her Majesty has behaved rashly, and how much good has this brought Mendev? I'm frightened by what I see, especially by the way that you, Sela, trust people so easily, and leap into adventures without looking. One day you'll lower your sword when you should have driven the blade home, just like 1,000 of bright-eyed youngsters that will come after you. Elan pauses, as if reluctant to continue, then looks you in the eye. I wanted to tell you the same thing, Commander. Yeah, it's like, you're right to an extent, Ellen, but I didn't choose my lot, and I'm just trying to fulfill my duty as best I can. The knight lowers his head. I apologize for my harsh words. I said it to Sela, and I'll say it again. This wasn't a reproach, but a warning. The power you've been given, it may be your undoing, and the undoing of all the Crusaders along with you. And then there's Socio. Don't be afraid of what's new and unknown. We just need to bear in mind our responsibilities. Whatever was given to us, we can use it for good. In any case, forgive me for wasting your time, and subjecting you to the dangers here. Now at least we know Curl is a traitor and Janna is a coward ready to abandon her friends when the going gets rough. I hope we'll all learn a lesson from these mistakes. As for that blasted ring, to hell with it. Kiana won't love me solely for the gifts I bring her. Elan makes no attempt to conceal his disappointment. Nodding goodbye, he lowers his head and walks away. Oh god! No, I need to stop that right now. I'm about to switch into my Shatner accent. Sela watches as he leaves. Her expressive eyes are filled with sadness. Everything's become very complicated all of a sudden. Please, Andrea. Let's go back. And I'd like to talk to you about it later. I have a lot to think about. Okie dokie. But first, loot the room. Ooh, a heart. Maybe it's a demon heart. Oops. Come along, Ember. Off we go. Is that what my eyes see? Is it my break time? I think it is. Alright.